We are on the verge of the biggest oil and gas bull run this world has ever seen. The whole point to this video is not to say I told you so. There's only one person in my house that could say that. My wife. Look at her. You can see why. I don't want to focus on being right, but I want to show you that what I was saying 5-6 years ago was right on the money with what's happening today. Listen to a clip from 2017. When I first started dabbling with YouTube, I posted this video. The shell game is roaring like a lion, but at some point, it's going to shut down in a big way. But the reason why you don't have a company like British Petroleum and some of these big shell companies coming on and saying things like this is because it doesn't make their shareholders happy, bottom line. So right now, yes, we're the kingpin, but it's not going to last. It's a flash in the pan. And Saudi Arabia knows this. And you don't think they're having these meetings with Russia and Saudi Arabia and all the major conglomerate of OPEC? You don't think they're sitting down saying this? I mean, they have been in this game much longer than all of us have, and they're waiting it out. So I mentioned Russia and Saudi Arabia sitting down having meetings on how to take out shale. Well, you remember the oil price war? Bingo. I wish I said oil price war. That would have been even better. But at the end of the day, I knew they were going to sit down and have a plan against shale, and it worked. They did the oil price war, and look, oil prices plummeted. It is destroying the oil and gas industry. This is what I want you guys to understand right now. Okay, there's an opportunity brewing, the perfect storm to get involved in oil and gas, but it's not on the stock market. Okay, and so a major bull run is forming in the oil markets. This was posted 2 days ago. Okay. Now, and the reason why I'm reading this news article, because if it comes out of my mouth, people scratch their head and like, this guy's just trying to sell an oil deal. Look, I'm just going by what historically has been happening and based upon real numbers, real data, real information. All right. And so forced by plummeting revenues, low demand, and brimming oil storage tanks are the first steps in what will likely become a roaring rebound in oil prices. Taking the devil's advocate position, one could argue that the main long-term support factor for oil and gas prices is the current crisis, as the global oil and gas majors, independents, and NOCs announce major cuts in austerity measures. Some bullish investors are already looking into the future. So there's a bull run coming in the oil and gas industry. And so I don't know how long we're going to sit here in these low oil prices, but until shale goes away, until the oil and gas industry shrinks tremendously, we're going to be in this situation. But now is the time to invest in oil and gas, not in the shell. I mean, because if you invest in a shell stock, it's just going to sit there and slowly die. But in the conventional side, where the money is being made right now, which is even profitable at current prices, believe it or not, now's the time to get involved, because we could get in premium leases that you wouldn't be able to get into had oil prices drop down to nothing. Okay, here's another good article. The oil market is facing an unprecedented crisis as COVID-19 causes demand destruction. Demand destruction is on a global scale, guys. And OPEC has proven powerless to stop oil prices from crashing. CapEx and OPEC's cuts by nearly every oil and gas company on earth, forced by plummeting revenues, low demand, and brimming oil storage tanks, are the first step in what will likely become a roaring rebound in oil prices. Guys, a roaring rebound in oil prices is on the horizon. Now, it's not just me saying this. Now people are finally starting to see this. I was saying this months and months ago. Watch my previous videos on my YouTube channel. You guys need to understand something. Oil is one of the oldest investments in the world. It's been around forever. The byproducts of oil and gas alone is enough reason for oil to be here forever. I'm not talking about cars. I'm not talking about airplanes or whatever. We use oil for everything, plastic. There's a tremendous amount of byproducts from that. So we're not just going to replace that overnight. And that demand for oil that took 30, 40, 50, 60 years to build doesn't just go away. Our cars use a majority of the oil. Do you not still have a car sitting out in your front driveway right now? You're just driving a less. But we're reopening up America. The demand for oil is growing. And I truly believe that this was a plan of the Democrats to try to shut down oil. If you watch their debates for the primaries, it's focused on attacking the oil and gas industry. They've painted the picture that the oil and gas industry is evil, that we're destroying the planet, and we need to take action. And so their focus and their agenda is to destroy the oil and gas industry, but this is all going to blow up in their faces. They in addition to the Democrats attacking oil, in addition to them pushing the agenda that we have a plan and green technology is going to take over, which is totally bogus. It ain't happening. Then on top of that, we have COVID-19. And then we have and then we have the oil price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia. It was a bloodbath for the oil and gas industry. But and on top of that, we're having major divestment on oil and gas. Now, with all that said, it's a perfect storm to destroy oil and gas production. Okay. We are on the verge of the biggest oil and gas bull run this world has ever seen, because when demand comes back, where are we going to get this oil from? When we realize that green technology cannot replace our energy, when we realize that there still is a powerful, strong demand for oil, and we have a major blow to oil and gas production, what do you think is going to happen? Oil prices are going to come back in a major way. Listen, you didn't listen to me 4, 5, 6 years ago. Well, listen to me today. We're on the verge of the biggest oil and gas bull run this world has ever seen. If you like my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you want to learn more about how to get involved in the oil and gas industry, okay? I'm not a stock guy, I'm an oil guy. We just drilled 2 successful oil wells, and we have another project right behind that one. And my geologist has a track record of 90% success rate in the same county. So if you wish to learn more, look in my description below, and you can email me or give me a phone call. Again, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, thanks.